Welcome back everybody, Maverick here, and today we are going over the top 10 hardest Super Mario World secret exits. Now we've done a full complete playthrough of Super Mario World already, and we did all of the 24 secret exits along the way. We got 96 stars on our profile, which is the highest you can get, and I just thought it'd be fun to come back and do the top 10 hardest. Because some of them are very, very, very hard, and some of them not so much. You kind of walk into them whether you're looking for it or not. Now I will say that the top 5 on this list are probably going to be on everyone's list. Maybe not in the same order, but definitely on the top 10 list. That also means though that 6 through 10 may or may not be on your top 10 list. So as we go through these, please feel free to say, hey, this one wouldn't have made my top 10, this one would have been at a different position, I would have swapped this one out for this one. Let me know what you think. These top 10 lists are so subjective, so I always love hearing y'all's opinions. Let me know what you think. Now we're gonna count them down from 10 and work our way up to 1, the number 1 hardest. So without further ado, let's jump on into number 10. At the number 10 spot is Donut Secret 1's secret exit. Let me tell you why. Now Donut Secret 1 is on my top 10 hardest list because it's a water level, right? And you got all these fish coming for you. You're only on the second world of the game, so maybe your skills aren't quite up to par, but the real kicker, the real reason this makes the top 10 is because when you grab this P-switch, you swim a lot faster, you're harder to control. Oh, so it's a hard to control Mario in the water, and you've got Rip Van Fish chasing after you. Now that's not a problem if you've played this game a lot, and it's not the hardest secret exit in the game, but it is making my top 10. Look at this. This is so sinister for only the second world and early in the second world. So hopping into the number 10 spot is Donut Secret 1. And I have to say, it's there because it's a water level, it's hard to control, and you got fish chasing you while you're trying to get that P-switch to the key. It can be a very unforgiving experience, especially if you're a new player. Up next at the number 9 spot is just one level over, the Donut Secret House. Now the Donut Secret House isn't difficult because it's technically challenging, it's difficult because there's so many distractor doors. P-switches, distractor doors. I mean, the first time you come through here, you're probably not going to find the secret exit. You gotta go up a vine, look, there's a door over there that you think, hey, that's gotta be it. But no, it's actually, you go up this vine and there's another secret door. Now we would become accustomed to this throughout playing the game eventually, but it's the second world. And why I'm including this one on the top 10 list is because not only do you have distractor doors, not only is it your... got him, okay. I gotta get away from that ghost. Not only is it a puzzle that you have to figure it out, but it's one of the few secret exits in the game that has a boss that you have to beat. Big Boo. Not terribly hard, but a unique feature of this secret exit. So for all those reasons, hopping into the number 9 spot is Donut Secret House. You got distractor doors, you got puzzles, you got a vine to go up, and then you've got a Big Boo boss battle. How cool is that? Moving on to the number 8 spot is Star World 5. Now Star World 5 makes the top 10 list if for no other reason than this coin block mechanism. While very intuitive to some, for others it can take a very long time to figure out, 1, how this coin block mechanism works, but 2, what you're supposed to do with it once you do figure it out. I'll show you how to get... Oh, there we go. There's 2 ways to get this. We'll do the flying way first. Okay, we got up here. And not only do you have to figure out the coin block mechanism, but look, you've got yellow blocks, you've got green blocks, if I can get through here. You've got pink-red blocks, and you've got blue blocks. So not only do you have to know the mechanism, but you also have to build on unlocking all these blocks throughout the game. Now just for fun, I am going to show you the other way to do this. Say you don't have a cape, here's a good way to get it. Just let the coin block run all the way to the right. You don't have to mess with it at all, just let it time out all the way to the right. A lot of people think, oh, you have to have Blue Yoshi, you have to have a cape. Truth is, all you need is, well, nothing. Check this out. Alright, get to running. And because so many people use the cape and the Yoshi, they never know there's actually a vine here. And voila, you're up here. You don't need a cape, you don't need Yoshi, all you need is a vine and some good knowledge on how to use the coin block mechanism. There you go. So hopping into the number 8 spot is Star World 5. At the number 7 spot we've got Valley of Bowser 4. Valley of Bowser 4 is difficult because you absolutely positively have to have a Yoshi to do the secret exit. And if you've already got a Yoshi, you're met with this vine. Well, you can't take Yoshi up a vine, so what do? You jump off of it, right? And that's okay because there's a Yoshi block at the very top of this. But if you go up the vine with Yoshi still on the map, we all know a Yoshi block just gives you a 1-up. You can't get a Yoshi out of a Yoshi block unless he's off the map. So throw him in the lava. You hate to do it because it's Yoshi-cidal. We all hate to do that. But you gotta have that Yoshi up the vine. Now, as I was saying, the reason this is at the number 7 spot is because it's not an easy level, right? Not an easy level at all, and you absolutely have to have a Yoshi to do the secret exit. So you got all these charging chucks, and you got all these boulders that they're throwing, and you have to make it past things like that. You have to keep your Yoshi. And this level is such that if you get hit, Yoshi will run away, you maybe could get him back on a normal level, but here he falls into the lava. So make sure he doesn't fall into the lava. It's going to take several tries if you've never done it before, but at the end, if you keep your Yoshi, you get the secret exit. So hopping into the number 7 spot is Valley of Bowser 4, not only because it's a difficult level, but because you have to keep your Yoshi, which means you have to have a perfect run. And between the charging chucks and the boulders, that does not make it easy at all. Very worthy of being number 7. Up next in the number 6 spot is Valley of Bowser 2. Now, Valley of Bowser 2 is making the top 10 list at a respectable number 6 position because there is no clue, not a single clue as to where this secret exit is. Look, looks like you just keep going forward right here, but no, if you hop up here above the level, you can actually run back here to a secret area where there's a key for the secret exit. How are you supposed to find this? I don't know. If you're a Mario historian, you know that you can jump on top of the level and go to secret areas from the original Mario on the NES. But besides that, aside from being a historian who's played Mario before and knows prior secrets, you're not getting any hints on this one. Now, the reason it's not higher on the top 10 list, the reason it's at number 6, is because once you do find it out, it's a gimme, right? There's nothing challenging about it after you figure it out. So hopping into the number 6 spot is Valley of Bowser 2. Absolutely zero hints, you just gotta be searching for it, looking around, maybe you think, maybe I can hop up here, and you'll find it. As we break into the top 5, starting with Valley Ghost House, I would consider every secret exit from here on out to be a bona fide, difficult secret exit, no matter who you are. I think we can all agree these are going to be hard. And so begins the difficult part of the Valley Ghost House secret exit. You hit the P-switch, and then you have to figure out which of these doors to go into, and maybe predictably you could guess it's the last door, and it is. But the difficult part is not over there. It's only just beginning, because the truly difficult part is this coin block system. There's a secret up at the very top, which you kind of have to figure out that too. Now you can hit the P block and then hit the coin block, and you can follow it up with solid blocks. I don't take that approach, simply because it gives you less time. Alright, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what I was counting out is you kind of have to make about 5 steps to get up to that area. So here we go. Let's see how we did. And you have to lead it blindly. Oh, but look at that. We got it just perfect. Oh, you want to slide through here? Okay. Now you have to lead that coin block system blindly, or you have to hit the P switch and then hit the coin block, and then you have to do it quickly. So it's hard either way. But here's your secret exit. So hopping into the number 5 spot is Valley Ghost House, and trust me, this one is very difficult. You have to go in a specific door, you have to know how to use the coin block system, you have to know where the secret is, and then, depending on how you do the coin block, you either have to do it quickly and follow the solid blocks, or you have to do it blindly and lead the coins and then hit the P-switch for the solid blocks. No matter how you cut it, this is a very hard secret exit. And the number 4 spot is Chocolate Island 2. Now, I think we can all agree that Chocolate Island 2 is not on the number 4 spot of this top 10 list because it's a technically challenging level. The reason it's on the number 4 spot is because it's a mysterious level. The first several times you play this, you may come in and out of this level, only to be greeted by completely different variations and permutations every single time. And that's because the different areas depend on the number of coins you get, the number of Yoshi or Dragon coins you get, and the amount of time you have left on the clock. So to get to the secret exit, you actually have to get to the end of Area 2 with at least 250 seconds left on the timer. So we got 254, 53. This should take us to the secret exit. Now, we know exactly what to do, but the first time you play this, the second, third, fourth, 10th, 20th time you play this, you're not necessarily going to be thinking, oh, how much time do I have left? How many coins have I gotten? How many Yoshi coins have I gotten? That's just not something the game has taught you. It's a complete mystery. So for that reason, many players find this secret area by chance, and that makes it the number 4 spot on the list. So hopping into the number 4 spot is Chocolate Island 2. Not because it's technically challenging like we discussed, but because if you never figure out the mechanisms to get to the different areas, the only way you'll ever find this is by complete chance, complete luck. Otherwise, this is a secret exit that you will just never find. In the number 3 spot is Forest of Illusion 2, a secret exit which I hold personal grievances against. Now the reason Forest of Illusion 2 holds such a high spot on this list, the number 3 spot, is that yes, it's a water level and I really don't like water levels, I hate them. Every time I run into a water level on any of my videos, I usually rant a little bit. But the thing about this water level is that right before the secret exit, there are so many enemies that the level will actually lag a little bit if you don't hit the enemies just right. For example, if I wake that Rip Van Fish up and I run away from him, and I bring him over to this Rip Van Fish, having 2 Rip Van Fishes chasing you while having these spiny things going around will actually make the game lag. And so really the only way you're going to find this secret exit is if you don't die from that, which can be very challenging. But second, maybe you'll get backed into a corner right here by Rip Van Fish, and maybe you'll accidentally figure out that you can actually go through that wall. I mean, how are you supposed to know that, right? It's a false wall in an area packed with enemies underwater, and sometimes you get lag from loading too many of them at the same time. So gosh, altogether, this is one that even if you know about, you're gonna die trying to get a lot. So bouncing into the number 3 spot is Forest of Illusion 2, and I don't doubt that some of you will disagree with me on this. You'll say, hey, it's ranked way too high, but hear me out. It's a water level, it's packed full of enemies, which can cause lag if you awaken too many Rip Van Fish. There's a false wall, and the secret wall, the secret exit itself, is guarded by a Rip Van Fish. Now, if you're not good in the water and you're not good at dodging enemies, that Rip Van Fish is going to ruin your day over and over and over again. So, for me, maybe I'm traumatized by this level, but it is a solid number 3 for me. So maybe you disagreed with my number 3 spot, I wouldn't fault you for that, but I think we can all agree that the Cheese Bridge area's secret exit is one of the very hardest in the game. It is notorious for being a difficult secret exit. Now look, the Cheese Bridge area secret exit is notoriously difficult, so much so that I actually have a separate video, a tutorial on how to do the cape method and the Yoshi method. There's 2 methods. The Yoshi method is way easier, but you do have to get Yoshi to the end of the level. The cape method, well, it's way harder. We'll go ahead and start off with it. And it's way harder because, well, you have to be a master of a couple of techniques. You have to be able to do that, and then you have to dive and know how to swoop yourself back up like that. Now, once you do master those, and it can take about 100 tries to do so, you will be greeted with the secret exit right here. Now, the Yoshi method, on the other hand, isn't nearly as bad because you can just hop on the saws, and then you can double jump off your Yoshi. Look at that. You get behind the first finish line, and here you go. So hopping into the number 2 spot is the Cheese Bridge area. You got the cape method, you got the Yoshi method. A small note, if you have a blue Yoshi with the wings, it becomes very easy. But the problem is, this is both a technically challenging secret exit to perform once you know where it is, but it's also a very challenging exit, a very challenging secret exit to find in the first place. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, who growing up, playing this as a kid, found most of the secret exits. This is one of the last ones that people find. You know there's a secret exit because of the color of the dot on the map. It's red, indicating there is a secret exit. The yellow level dots do not have secret exits. And so you will scour this entire level looking for it. And then once you do find it, once you do say, hey, maybe it's behind the first finish line, then you've got to figure out, 1, how to get Yoshi over there and jump off of him, or 2, you have to become an expert with the cape. Now, becoming an expert with a cape is not something that happens overnight. It takes a lot of deaths, a lot of practice. A lot of people don't know how to do the swooping method or the dive method with the cape. And not only do you have to do the swoop method and the dive method, but at the end you have to dive and swoop back to back. Very, very, very difficult. No one will argue that this shouldn't be in at least the top 3. Many people will argue this should be number 1, and I wouldn't fault them for that. So let's go see what number 1 is. In the number 1 spot is the Forest Fortress Secret Exit, and I know some of you experts will cry foul on this because technically the Forest Fortress, while it has an exit and a secret exit, is not an official secret exit. Now, what do I mean by that? An official secret exit is one that gives you a different pathway on the map and adds a number to your star count on your profile. No matter how you beat this Forest Fortress, there is only one pathway after beating it, and it does not add an extra star after having beaten it one way and then doing it another way. Nonetheless, it is an exit that is very secret, and it is incredibly challenging, and here's my thesis on this. The reason it is not an official secret exit is because it's too hard. They said, look, people are never going to find this, and if they do, they're never going to be able to perform it. So let's not ruin people's complete profiles. Let's make this not count. Let me show you what it is. Now, the Forest Fortress exit is beyond this gulch of lava. Now, how the heck am I going to get over there? How the heck am I going to get across this sea of lava? Well, it's actually so difficult that akin to the Cheese Bridge area secret exit, I have a separate video tutorial on how to do this step by step. There's a spin jump method and a cape method. Neither of them are easy, and you can't really do the cape method from here because half the time when you jump, you'll run into that first fireball and you'll fall to your death. There's the regular exit below us. So come up here, play it safe, and jump from here. Now you'll have to do this and maintain your altitude. It doesn't matter if you can successfully perform this if you don't also maintain your altitude, because you will burn your little belly and fall into the lava. Now once you do get over here, there's 9 1-ups. I mean, if you're good enough to get this secret exit, you're good enough to not need these 9 1-ups. Come on. Now that door will lead you to the same boss. It'll lead you to the same path once you beat it outside of here. So it's technically not an official secret exit. But let me show you the spin jump method. So when I said you could fly across this, y'all were probably like, okay, that makes sense. When I say you can spin jump across this, you're probably thinking, how? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run, we're gonna hold Y for the whole trip, and we're gonna spin jump. Let's go. Spin jump. Bounce. 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 Bounce, and we're over here. Look at that. You have to be a madman to figure that out, don't you? And because you have to be a little bit mad, this is taking the number 1 spot on the top 10 hardest secret exits in the entire game. I mean, come on, a sea of lava, and you're gonna spin jump across it? Jumping off of fireballs? Give me a break. I would say, no way are you gonna be able to do that. And yet here we are, spin jumped ourselves across a sea of lava. There is no way that's not the number 1 hardest secret exit in all of Super Mario World. So bouncing in to the number 1 spot is Forest Fortress, getting over the sea of lava. Whether you use the cape method or the spin jump method, both of them are incredibly hard. I went back and forth on Cheese Bridge area or Forest Fortress being the number 1 or number 2 spot. Both are incredibly difficult. I went with Forest Fortress even though it's an unofficial secret exit because not only do you have to be really good at the swoop method with the cape, but you also have to maintain your altitude. If you do not maintain your altitude, your little belly gets burned and that's it. Also, the spin jump method, like I said, you gotta be a mad man. There's no way anyone other than a mad person would try to spin jump across a sea of lava. It doesn't make sense, but you can do it. Now, I will put in the caveat that I did the spin jump with the cape. Don't forget that. So with that, that is my top 10 hardest Super Mario World secret exits list. Let me know what you think. What would you move around? What would you kick out and what would you put in? Do you think my top 5's solid? I don't know, I think it's pretty solid, but let me know. These are so subjective that I'm always curious to hear your thoughts. For example, my personal experience is why Forest of Illusion 2 is at the number 3 spot. Each and every person who's played this game has their own personal experiences with their own very challenging secret exits that they encountered. Let me know what they are. That's what these games are all about. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out.